We have a situation where a seller is mentally unfit anymore. Although a long while back, they appointed a power of attorney. So that person is effectively able to sell the property. The challenge is title companies don't like letting powers of attorney sign to actually close a deal. So a title company may actually require something along the lines of a court order of unfitness or appointment of a guardian or something along those lines. That remains to be seen if it's going to be a problem in this case. However, instead of doing a novation, the idea was to do a contract for deed and to get a power of attorney to list the property for sale. But the mentally unfit person can't sign a power of attorney now to grant our buyer the rights to market and sell the property. So the contract for deed puts them in a stronger position because you can enter into a contract and record that with a public record with the power of attorney person. And once you take equitable title, not fee title, but equitable title through the contract for deed, you can then market the property for sale because you selling the property would satisfy your debt obligation back to the seller, the original seller. Now, that still requires a warranty deed to be signed by the original seller or their power of attorney. So that's where I'm saying you could still run into the challenge of a title company saying, not so fast, homeboy. We don't trust this thing. We need to wait for a court order first. I don't know how long that would take. Now, can you start the process of getting the court order of unfitness? Probably so. If the person's clearly got dementia, it might not take very long. I don't know. And that would be the nail in, I don't want to say nail in the coffin with this.
Yeah. Well, side question, what if the seller was on the JV agreement with all of us to work together because she doesn't want to deal with the rehab and everything else? Would
Mhm.
that help in any way or
It's that final step that's the hang up. The final step is the title company has to accept and process and provide title insurance
right,
for a property which was conveyed by a power of attorney signing
right.
on behalf of the person. So they're going to want to verify that power of attorney is solid, that it's valid, that it was created during a time when the person was mentally fit, and or they may just say screw all of that. We want to see a court order indicating that this person has authority to force the sale of to sign over the property.
Which she
So
might have, I can reach it out for that because I mean obviously it's her
yeah,
father,
yeah,
so it's not like some other person. It's her father that she's got the
yep.
full power of attorney to sign everything. So
I generally agree. I'm saying it's the risk management team at the title company whose job is to keep them out of lawsuits,
right, right.
and their whole job being to keep them out of lawsuits is I don't trust this. I don't trust this. I don't trust this.
I
Nope,
don't
nope,
like that.
nope, nope,
Okay, I
nope.
won't do it. I won't do it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the court order is the solid way to do it. You may find a title company that's like, okay, this makes sense. The power of attorney is solid. We're good to go here. The whole thing makes sense and it fits within our risk model. But the path forward, I think, on this one is do the contract for deed. If you do the contract for deed, we definitely need a title search first. You don't need a title company because you're not going to get title insurance on this contract for deed. We have templates. Fill it out with permission to renovate during your ownership,
Right,
right? Permission to sell, a bunch of other little things that need to be in there
right.
for you to have all the powers that you want. Then you go fix up the property and then you can list it because you've established and the contract for deed or agreement for sale actually gets we record that with the county, and so you have a recorded equitable interest and you can market the property for sale, which satisfies as long as it satisfies your debt obligation
So
on
your
the
only
contract
concern
for
is
deed.
really at the end of for the end buyer. Can we actually get title insurance at the very end?
Yep. It may delay closing. That's why I'm saying now that you understand the end of the thing,
Right.
is there anything you can or should start in motion now so that 30, 60 days from now, you already have a court order. You're like, I knew this was coming because Caleb told me. Here you go.
So that's what you'd recommend is try to get that court order that says because that's going to probably put the nail on that. Yes, it's going to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing the title company is going to insist. Like if they'd have a really hard time saying no if you've got a court order that allows Judy Smith to sell mentally unfit John Smith's house.
So just on the sale of the house, period, a court order.
Yep. For
So
that,
maybe
it's
it goes
just that
back to the
final
person.
sign in the warranty deed at the final step. Yeah, it'll have to go before a judge to review the case, but it might just be a paperwork case. Like, here's evidence he's unfit, here's doctor's testimonial, and here's the person who's already been power of attorney. We just need them appointed as the guardian for the sake of financial matters.
Okay. All right. So I'll try to look into that then.
it It's a bit of a hairy situation if you don't know all the variables about what title companies are going to want. So,
No, that's why I came to you guys. I'll start
so
working on getting the court order that allows her to sell the property. Because she could,
yeah,
even if we weren't doing any of this on our own, if she was just trying to sell the property, she would
that's
still
right.
need it anyway.
She might. I'm saying I'm trying to save you from risk. The
Sure,
same is
sure.
true for her. She might need that anyway, even if she wanted to sell it on the MLS.
She still might need to get this just to sell it.
She might. And so if we know she might, and if it's not unduly difficult, then
Right.
let's just get it.
All right. I will reach out to them.